Yo, what is up guys, it's Hyecross, and welcome to my top 5 gaming mousepads for Fortnite, updated May 2024. So in this video, I'm going to go through 2 honorable mention mousepads and then dive into my top 5 gaming mousepads in my opinion. And real quick, I do want to mention, this is all my personal opinion, so if you don't agree with anything that I say in this video, just keep that in mind. It is my personal opinion. You guys can have your opinions, and you guys can debate in the comments down below if you would like, but I've tried out a lot of these mousepads and think I've developed a pretty good idea of what mousepads to recommend to people and what mousepads to not recommend to people. So yeah, let's get into our first honorable mention, kicking off the list with our 4114 Xray Pad. So if you guys don't know, the company 4114 was started by Cease and Elevate, and they used to be Fortnite duos back in the day. Cease and Elevate were super popular in the Fortnite comp scene, and I guess now they're heading over to kind of more of a peripheral enthusiast entrepreneurship role. So they have created the 4114 company and have created their Xray Pad. It's kind of like a cool Greek mythology type pad, and it is a speed pad. So I'm not going to go like into crazy detail about the 4114 pad because I personally have not tried it, and that is why it is in my honorable mention spot, because I have not tried it. If I have tried this pad and I ended up really liking it, I might have put it in my top 5, but it is definitely an honorable mention. And like I said, it is a speed pad. It is not a control pad. It is a speed pad. It's going to have crazy good glide on it. And this pad is actually being used by 2 of the best Fortnite players right now, with Pink and Vino. Both of them have been using this pad for a long time now. And I'm actually going to show a quick clip on screen of Pink using this mouse pad to hit a crazy clip in some zone wars. I'll show that right now.
100.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh!
So yeah, you can see he's absolutely crazy using this mouse pad. And again, if I have been able to test this mouse pad and get a better like feel for it, then it maybe would be in my top 5. However, I'm going to keep this in my honorable mentions. It's a solid speed pad. And for my second honorable mention, I'm actually putting the Mousepad company here. And I know I get absolutely flamed in my comments every time I talk about the Mousepad company, because most people think that the Mousepad company is just an absolute horrible mousepad. They think that it's just like crazy designs thrown on a crappy piece of fabric. However, I'm going to continue to recommend the Mousepad company, even though everyone disagrees with me. I still believe the Mousepad company is absolutely amazing. I've bought 6 or 7 Mousepad company pads throughout the years and have absolutely loved each and every one. I actually use a Mousepad company for my secondary mousepad for my streaming PC, for my secondary like mouse and keyboard. So just quickly talking about the material. So the mousepads either have Duraglide fabric or Aeroglide fabric, okay? Duraglide is going to give you more of a controlled feel. Aeroglide is going to give you more of a speed feel. So choose which one you prefer. Personally, I prefer Duraglide for Fortnite because I believe it gives you better stopping power. However, if you guys use a very low sense and want to look into an Aeroglide fabric, then you guys can do that as well. The designs are kind of what Mousepad company is known for. They feature a variety of artistic designs that are very appealing and meant to complement different desk setups. So I personally love the Mousepad company Ichiba Knights. That's like my absolute favorite design from them. That's what I've been using for a while now. It's absolutely awesome. For the size options, there's various size options available. I believe there's like a large, there's like an XL. Personally, I would go with the XL size. I think it's a perfect size, and they are big mouse pads. So make sure you have enough desk room. Make sure you do your measurements before you go and just buy this pad so it's not hanging off your desk. They are very big mouse pads, and you definitely want them to fit on your desk. You don't want anything falling off. So I do recommend doing that, but I think the XL size is going to be the absolute best size. I think large is a little too small and double XL is way too big. So I think XL is perfectly in the middle there. So some of the features, it has a really good non-slip rubber base to ensure they stay in place during use. It just sticks to your desk like glue. Onto the price, it is a little heavy. Most mousepads from the company start at around $45. And you honestly are paying for the crazy cool designs and large mouse pads. So I kind of see it. It's not too crazy with their pricing. I kind of understand where they're coming from. If you guys have the money and are interested in picking up kind of a cool pad, then I do recommend this. And it is used by Epic Whale and Dukes. If you guys didn't know, Mousepad company was started by Epic Whale and his brother. And I do believe Dukes has been using this pad for a while now as well, which is pretty cool to see. So yeah, Mousepad company, I'm going to keep it in my honorable mentions now. It used to be in my top 5, but it has now been kicked out. But I'm still keeping it in my honorable mentions because I do love the Mousepad company. Now let's get into our top 5. So kicking off our top 5 list, we have the Xray Pad Aqua Control 2. This pad is very, very underrated. Not many people know about it, but after learning about this pad and doing tons of research on it, I do believe it to be a top 5 mouse pad. So the Xray Pad Aqua Control 2, it is a control pad slash hybrid pad actually. So some people actually consider this pad to be hybrid, which means it's both a speed and control pad. And I do agree after watching some videos on it. I do believe it to be a hybrid pad. This is the only mouse pad on this list that I have not gotten to try, by the way. I just want to preface that real quick, but I do believe it to be a top 5 after watching tons of videos and learning all about it. So yeah, it is kind of like a hybrid pad. It is fast, but also controlled. It has a weird, unique texture on it. So it's a little bit abrasive. That little texture makes it really good for control, but it's not too textured to where it's going to make it a full control pad. So you still have some speed there as well. It also has a 4mm thick base, so it is a very thick pad, also catering to kind of that control side of things. And it has great stopping power. Like I said, it's perfect for tracking in Fortnite. It has high quality designs that are really, really cool. You can pair it up with your setup to make it look really nice. The designs really pop out on the mouse pad, which is really, really cool. And the price comes in anywhere from $13 to over $30, which is really solid pricing, honestly, for this mouse pad. Obviously, the price is going to go up as you go up in size. But yeah, I think the Xray Pad is a very solid pad. If you're looking for a solid hybrid option, then I do recommend the Xray Pad Aqua Control 2. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that in my top 5 spot. Getting into our number 4 spot, we have the Gamesense Radar, and the Gamesense Radar has been gaining popularity very, very fast, mostly due to pro players such as Peterbot and Mr. Savage using this pad in Fortnite competitive. And if you guys don't know who Peterbot is by now, then you're probably living under a rock. Peterbot is the best Fortnite player in the world, in my opinion, and he's just absolutely insane. People think he cheats every single day, and I don't blame them. His aim is just unreal. But yeah, he's been using the Gamesense Radar Benji Fishy edition. And if you guys don't know, Benji Fishy, he now plays Valorant. He's a retired Fortnite player, but he did do a collab with Gamesense for their Radar edition. It is not special in any way. It's just a radar with cool fish designs on it. But they both use the XL version of the Gamesense Radar Benji Fishy edition. The Benji Fishy is sold out everywhere. You might be able to find it on third-party websites if you want that. However, I do believe there are still XL versions available on their websites, but they tend to sell out very quickly every time they restock, so just keep that in mind. For the stitching, it has stitched edges. There's really nothing to complain about there. The base, the pad has a 3mm thick base made from natural rubber, which doesn't stick well to some surfaces, causing it to slip when not under the pressure of an arm. So this is very important to note. If you guys get the regular large size in that square shape, it most likely is going to move if you guys don't have the pressure of your arms sitting on the mouse pad. However, if you guys can get the XL version like Peterbot and Mr. Savage use, it turns into that rectangle shape, so it's going to cover more space on your desk, causing less of a chance for it to move or slip when playing. So definitely get the XL version if you can. For the surface has a controlled glide with moderate static friction. It's slightly resistant at the start of motion, but doesn't feel too muddy at all. It's definitely designed for stability, which is great for those who may overshoot or experience your arm shaking when playing or your hand shaking. It's very, very good for those types of things. And for the comparison and feel with this mousepad, the mousepad can be compared to others like the LG Saturn Pro and the Artisan Zero. They all have a balance of both control and speed, so if you've used the Artisan Zero or LG Saturn Pro in the past, then you can compare the feel of those to that of the Gamesense Radar. Now for the price and value, it's priced around $30, and in my opinion, that's considered a good value for its quality and performance level. So if you're looking for like a slower, more controlled cloth pad, I definitely recommend getting the Gamesense Radar. And again, it is used by the best Fortnite player in the world with Peterbot, and Mr. Savage uses it, and Mr. Savage is also one of the best Fortnite players out there. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I definitely recommend it and think it deserves a top 4 spot. Now onto our number 3 spot, we have the LG Saturn Pro. So the LG Saturn Pro, it's very high quality mousepad with stitched edges. It comes shipped in flat packaging, meaning no bubbling or surface inconsistency straight out the box. You can just set it on your desk and instantly start playing. It has amazing humidity resistance, so if you're playing in a very hot room all the time, it's not really going to deteriorate. It's made with a pour-on foam base, which means it's super sticky right when you stick it to your desk. It has a smooth and consistent surface, and it is a control pad. I would definitely consider this pad a control pad over a speed pad. There are 2 base hardness levels, soft and X-Soft, and in my opinion, from what I've read and from what I've experienced, the difference between soft and X-Soft is very, very minimal. Personally, if you want to go with a safer option, I recommend going soft, and in my opinion, that's kind of universal for all mousepads out there. Go soft if you don't know what hardness to select. But yeah, they have soft and X-Soft. Some players use X-Soft, some players use soft. I do recommend going with the soft version. The one con with this mousepad, it is crazy expensive. It is the most expensive mousepad on this list, coming in at $60 to $100, depending on your sizing. Like if you get the pad in the largest size, the pad literally costs $100, which is absolutely insane. But yeah, it is used by Asian Jeff, and it was previously used by Polarize. Polarize is kind of known for his crazy mechs and aim. I believe he is using the LGG Jupiter now. But yeah, he used the Saturn Pro for a long time, so you guys can keep that in mind. But yeah, I think the LG Saturn Pro is a top 3 spot on this list. Very, very solid control pad. And now, before we get into our number 2 spot, I do want to quickly preface that the number 2 and number 1 spots can both be interchangeable. I guarantee that people are going to comment that the number 2 spot deserves the number 1 spot and vice versa. So just keep that in mind. They are interchangeable in my opinion, but I had to put 1 and 2 and I had to put 1 and 1. So yeah, so we're just going to start off. In my number 2 spot, I have the Artisan Hayate O2, and this pad has been gaining popularity as more pro players start to use it. It is a textured pad. It's a bit more controlled than the Artisan Hien, if you guys know what the Artisan Hien is. It is a very sticky base, so the second you set it down on your desk, it's going to stick there like glue. The price is $30 to $60 after tax and shipping. It's kind of a medium tier price, but again, that will change depending on where you live because all these pads from Artisan ship directly from Japan. So just keep that in mind. Depending on where you live may cost a little bit more for shipping. So this mousepad is actually used by both Malibuca and Moustache. They are duos in Fortnite competitive on the EU region. Malibuca used the X-Soft hardness and Moustache used the soft hardness. For the Artisan Hayate Otsu, if you guys know Boardsy, he's like the #1 peripheral YouTuber out there. He said that for the Artisan Hayate Otsu, any hardness will work. And that's because the changes from the X-Soft to soft to mid, all the different hardness levels are so minimal in difference with the Hayate Otsu. Just keep that in mind. Again, I'll always recommend going soft if you've never tried an Artisan pad before. But again, Malibuca is the X-Soft and Moustache is the soft. You guys can keep that in mind. But yeah, I think the Artisan Hayate Otsu, it's a very solid kind of control pad. It's not a full control pad. It is kind of like more of a hybrid, but it is more controlled than the Artisan Hien. And now speaking of the Artisan Hien, in my #1 spot, that is what I have. I have the Artisan Hien. It has been known as the best mouse pad for gaming for years now. It is a fast textured pad, so it's definitely more on the speed side of things. It has stitched edges. It literally lasts forever. Like Artisan pads are absolutely amazing for longevity. The price is $30 to $60 after tax and shipping, so again, not too bad. And it is used by Marius Cow. I tend to put like Fortnite players that use these mouse pads, as you guys have seen. Marius Cow is actually one of the quickest up-and-coming pros that I've ever seen. And Marius Cow also won a 1v1 tournament with all EU pros earlier this season, which is also absolutely insane. But yeah, Boardsy also recommended that for the Artisan Hien, go soft or mid for the hardest level. He did not mention X-Soft at all. So I do recommend going soft or mid, listening to Boardsy. Boardsy knows absolutely everything when it comes to peripherals. Soft is the safest option if you don't really know what hardness level to get. But yeah, Artisan Hien, absolutely amazing mousepad. It's been my main mousepad for a couple years now. I absolutely love it, and I think it deserves the #1 spot on this list. However, the Artisan Hien and the Artisan Hayate Otsu can be flip-flopped if needed. So yeah, boys, that will conclude my video on the top 5 gaming mousepads for Fortnite, updated May 2024. If you guys liked this video or found it helpful in any way, please consider subscribing and liking this video. It really helps me out a lot. I will be making a top 5 gaming keyboards updated May 2024. That'll come out hopefully next week. You guys have been loving these videos, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And yeah, with that said, I will catch you guys in my next video. Peace.